Hello guys, welcome back again. This is Suresh from SDET Mission channel. Today we will learn about how AI is used for test data creation. So in the last session where we have discussed about how AI will help us to generate the test cases. Now in this session we will see how we can utilize this AI for generation of test data. So here I will segregate this in the three different prompt way. So first prompt will be I will directly ask AI about give me a test data for example login page or a sign up page, and we'll see how what details it provides first. So I mean I'm generally asking in a generic way, write test data for sign up feature. So this is generically I'm asking AI to write a test data for a sign up feature, and I click enter. Now it provided me certain things which is something like a test scenario, which is a valid registration, then empty all fields, empty first name, all the combination it has given. So it has given me first name, last name, email, mobile number, and everything. So I did not specify what kind of sign up details that my application will take. So I just given that okay, just write a test data for sign up feature. So it has provided all the details. So this is a generic way of writing. So now I wanted to provide a constraint about what details I need for the sign up page. So I will just change the prompt now again, write test data for sign up page, sign up feature, which has first name, last name, and age, gender, okay, and mobile number for OTP, phone number, okay. Okay, I have given five fields. Now it has to provide me only exactly considering these fields, and it has to provide me the data. Right, I have entered now. Now it has provided me the comprehensive way of writing the test data for the all five fields, right? So it has provided me all five fields, which is having a valid data, empty all fields, first name, last name. So all the combinations it has given me. Now in the similar way of writing test cases, so I wanted to see what kind of test data it has provided. Let me scroll down and see. So it has provided all combination, which is the regression combinations. Then it has given me boundary value data. So boundary value data, you know, right? So it will give you one positive and one negative data, and considering the like a plus or minus one. So plus or minus one refers to like uh, for example, if I take an valid data from 10 to 100, so this between 10 to 100 is a valid data. It will try some combinations between 10 to 100, and also it will try a negative combination of 9 and negative combination of 101. So like this it will perform and get the boundary value data. And while writing a test cases also we have to remember this boundary value analysis, and accordingly we have to design test cases. So without this boundary value test data, it is difficult for us to okay evaluate whether this application is meeting the standards or not, right? So we have to provide that. Then it has given the sample test data, valid test data. So it has given me the sample valid test data, how it looks like. So it has given me in this way. Now what I will do is I will provide one more constraint about okay, it has given I have asked now only five fields. Now what I will give is I will copy this line and I will specify. Now I will give or assign a role. So role based prompt is also very much important because it may acts like a generic way when you're not giving any role specific. Now I will provide the role specific. So Assume you as a senior SDET engineer and write test data for a sign up feature which has these fields. Now you will see a difference between this prompt and this prompt. Okay, now I have given a role, the assumption of role to adding this feature. Now we will see. So, as a senior SDET engineer, I would design test data to cover not only the happy parts but also the functional validation, boundary value analysis, negative scenarios, security, localization, usability, and test integrity. So, all the combination it has trying as a senior SDET. Now you can see these are the all the combinations which it is giving from since beginning, and we will scroll down and see what other options it has verified. So in the boundary value tested data, it has given some data, and equivalence partition also it has given me, and also valid partitions data it has given, security data. So in terms of how you can someone inject the SQL using this some special characters. So this characters also it is verifying. Okay, this we will not give, and some localization test data. So you know, right, localization. So it will try to change the languages and it has enter, and some high quality valid test data. So this is the all combinations data, valid test data it has proven. So it is giving a summary as a senior as that recommendation in the productive grade test. I would like to include boundary value analysis, equivalence class partition, negative error guessing, and security testing, localization testing, and duplicate validations, performance oriented test data, automation friendly test data set. So it is trying all different combination that how you will verify. So now with the same prompt, if I again attach one more detail, right? So let me attach a simple one more constraint mentioning that, okay, mentioning that UI is not ready, mentioning that UI is not ready, assume that UI is not ready. My UI is not ready. I need to verify using APIs. Okay. Now I given one more constraint about, okay, my UI is not ready. I have to verify via API. So I need an approach of test data, how I can verify. So you can see since the UI is not ready, the best approach as a senior SDET is to validate sign up page directly at the API layer. You can focus should be on request payload validations, first level validation, business rules, data persistence, and response code messages. So all this it has given. So you can scroll down and see here is API endpoint and request payload. So request payload is the combination of first name, last name, age, gender, and phone number. So positive test data. So it is giving in the payload format, and the required fields validation. So what field validation we have to provide is like if I don't provide a username, first name, last name, or anything which is invalid, then it has to provide 400 error code. Then similarly, first name validation. So if the name is in a improper way, so it has to provide this kind of validations, and if the name is correct, then it has to accept. So all this validations all it is giving, and age validations, gender validations, phone number validations, and negative API payloads, and some security testing, business validations. So this covers the 100% of the API coverage, how you have to test and sign off this test data. And you can try a different combinations. I have just tried out 4 different combinations, but you can try on multiple combinations giving a different conditions. So you have to specify conditions, then it will give you the accurate results. If you're not specifying the condition, then it will provide the generic way of test data which will confuse you, or you will end up doing exhaustive testing. I hope the session is helpful for you. In case if you have any questions, queries, you can post in my comment section. I'll help you out. Thank you for watching.